All right, guys, the next idea that we'd like to discuss here, which is going to be important throughout your jiu-jitsu, but certainly in 50-50, is the idea of the trapdoor. Yet another reason to, in my opinion, not stay both seated on our butt, because there's very, very limited ability to create any motion here. I'm mostly hoping that the other guy doesn't know what he's doing, and I can pull off some wacky hand fighting sequence that he could probably stop if he had good base anyway. What I want to understand is that I'm trying to, can I blow your hand for a second, Adam? Press back, don't let me push around. Don't let me push around. Make me fall. How does a trapdoor work if you think about it? I mean, I always wanted a trapdoor in my house. If you guys remember, like The Simpsons and Mr. Burns, when he had the trapdoor in his office and like Homer was standing on it, he's like, can you step to your right? What? I don't want to see your pod collection. Jesus, trying to make a DVD. All right, maybe later. Anyway, okay, back to The Simpsons, though. You know, like you said, if you had a trapdoor, you have to account for the fact that there are Homer Simpson-sized people and that they might get stuck, and then you'd have to awkwardly run over and try to step them through the trapdoor. But the trapdoor was still pretty effective. Even if they didn't fall all the way through it, they got stuck in it, and that gave you time to run over and you know, kind of assist them in going down to where I can only imagine the hounds are. So anyway, what we're looking for here is understanding that I'm making a wall with my structure. And I'm creating distance, which makes the other person or implies that, hey, if you want to get anything done, you better come on over here. When they attempt to do that, I disappear the wall and they stumble. That's going to create you're off balance. That's going to create the initial vulnerability of the position for your opponent that makes it a lot safer to attack them. So if we're in inside double heaver for a second, if I'm ratcheted up like this is some garbage technique. On top of that, obviously, this would not work in fighting. Adam would just ball his fist up and hit me in the face with it. And again, being ugly already, I don't need that. So with my hips up, how do you feel?
It feels like there's a wall.
So what are you doing to this ground right now?
Right now, I'm pushing off of it.
I agree. And I'd say you're leaning on it as well, right? Because I'm a stable structure, you're leaning on me.
Right.
I drive forward until I get a little something back, and I can move. So I need to create this stumble against good opponents because good opponents pretty much know what to do most of the time. What works at a medium level of grappling or of fighting is not the same thing that works at a very high level, because at a medium level, people are short on information, or short on athleticism, or short on experience, or short on belief, or short on any number of things. None of us are perfect by any stretch of the imagination. However, you can be better than people at everything at a medium level, and every now and then at a high level, but not reliably at a high level. Are you better than everyone at everything? And so what you want to do is make sure that you go, hey, I don't really care if you know what I'm doing. You're out of position and you can't stop me. So if you put Floyd Mayweather, tied his hands behind his back and tied him to a chair, you could punch him in the face. If you untie him, punching him in the face would be really, really challenging because he knows how to stop you and he has the means to do it. And the other one, he knows how to stop you, but he's tied to a chair. So I'm going to take that same idea with the trap door and go, hey, I'm going to make this guy stumble. So if we go to kitty for a second. If I'm down here, it's not wrong. I can move myself, and now if you notice, even when I'm going behind, I'm still lifting, which implies that Adam should lean on me. If you fall away, like crumble under this. Like, oh, okay. I can come right up. Adam's a good grappler. Good grapplers keep their base. Good grapplers don't constantly dive to the bottom. That's super important. So if we come back, here I am sitting long. I can lift Adam's foot up unless he gives me a little something back. At which point I can disappear. So again, what I'm doing is I'm driving and expanding my body into my opponent. I'm not pushing him away because I don't want to run away. I want him to come back. Why don't I want to push him away? I don't want to push him away, one, because if you push the other person away, they can, generally speaking, hit you in the face. And on top of that, if you push them away, well, then how the heck can I come get you? It's like going, double A. That wasn't in my interest. I sent him away from me. Take that. Dang it. Versus, I can reach his chin. I can't reach his chin. So what you want to make sure that you're doing is creating a long structure and a frame, encouraging this person to press back in, and then disappearing in that moment. And then as they're stumbling and recollecting themselves, you're going to have the opportunity to attack. So again, you're going to see examples of this throughout the series. You're going to see examples of this done elsewhere in other guards, in other situations, in wrestling, you name it. But proper structure creates the trapdoor. Disappear creates the stumble. Stumble creates the vulnerability. Vulnerability means good to attack.